Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to another episode of This Ain't Practice, the birthday edition. Let's get it.
Oh, man, you got me. Wow. Man, I hate Facebook.
Yo, that's staying up for the whole show. By the way, that's it.
Hey, you'll pay. You will pay. I can't wait till February comes around. You will pay.
I have to do it.
Man, got me.
I have to do it, y'all. Hey, oh my God, man. Well, happy birthday, Chris J. I'm Shad. We in this building. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Appreciate it, my man.
No doubt, brother. No doubt, man. So hey, it's your birthday, man. Go ahead, moderate us, man. Get us through this.
All right, man. Boy, before we get into the show and topics, man, how's the week going for you, man? Were you out in those friendly skies this week?
They had me in those friendly skies, man. I had to go to Memphis. I do like going to Memphis.
Okay.
So that was that it was a good trip.
Okay, bet. So you out there in Memphis. Okay. Hey, so
Memphis, yeah.
Low key, man, I put in a word for you out there, so you ain't got to check in when you go out to Memphis, man. So just a heads up, you ain't got to worry about checking in.
I appreciate that, brother. you put it in with Ja, right? You put it with Ja.
No. Ja hugging the bench. No, I ain't calling.
You gonna get that brother suspended again. You got some shout outs already, bro. You got some shout outs already. I love it.
All right. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, my brother, big bro. Appreciate y'all.
How's your week been, though, brother?
Man, it's been good, man. It's been good. Took today and tomorrow off, man. Just enjoying the man. Hit the big 21, man. About to have my first adult beverage after this show, man.
Oh, okay. Make sure you Facebook Live that. Yeah,
I won't be doing that.
The lies are flowing today. See,
that's
why I did this to you.
I see. There will be payback, but hey, let me go ahead and take my beating for that sorry display that my Eagles put on Sunday, man. So
Chris J, what happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know.
We both picked the Eagles.
We did
to win. They were at home.
Yep.
San Francisco were the favorite, which we both were like, what are they talking about?
Vegas is almost never wrong. They're wrong here and there. They're not perfect, but Vegas is normally on point.
Man, they called that.
They did.
Man, McCaffrey, forget about it.
He's legit. Deebo Samuels.
Oh my God, man! That catch over the middle, and he shrugged old boy off.
It was like a pinball. You know what I mean? They were just bouncing off, like ricocheting. And you remember I told you the weak area with the Eagles is the linebacking core and the secondary, and you saw it on display.
I saw it on display. Yep.
The 49ers they exploited him. You know, Kyle Shanahan. You know, he's a brilliant offensive mind.
Yep.
Pick the weak points. And we'll get to this further, but you'll see the Cowboys try to attack some of that same, those same areas, this Sunday night. But we'll get to that in a little bit. But it was the worst game of the season for the Eagles as far as just the execution. I didn't like the play calling on offense. Initially, man, they were up 6-0, but you start getting down in the red zone, you're kicking field goals.
Yeah,
you need to get touchdowns out of that.
They ain't gonna get it. Not against a team like the 49ers.
Nope.
Not against them, who were in complete dismay a few weeks ago. And I mean, these guys look like the team to beat now. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
But again, it could have just been a bad game. You were due for one.
We were, because you remember those prior games, we were behind playing catch up, and then we would come back in the second half, fourth quarter, and pull it out. You playing a dangerous game doing that. Eventually, it's going to catch up with you. So.
Yeah, and we discussed that last week as well. We're like, it's just a matter of time. They got to start fast, and yeah, man, that was. I felt bad for you. I didn't beat you up too much over it.
I appreciate it. I was expecting more. Now, don't get me wrong. I got the business from a lot of folks, man. My phone was blowing up, and Facebook, and Messenger. I showed you that one with Coach Sirianni, and then that one with the brotherly love meme. I ain't not putting that on my timeline either, but
Like, I'm not gonna put that. I'm like, no, come on, man.
at
Come on,
all,
man.
not
Yeah.
out there. No way.
Oh my god, that was hilarious.
Yeah,
I love it. So, but I mean, hey, what happened happened. I think that like you said, San Francisco, they kind of showed people how to beat the Eagles. Like that, we'll get to the Dallas Eagles
yeah.
game, but
And you
yeah,
got to have the
they
personnel
did a lot
now.
of that.
That's the whole thing. You can
You
have
gotta have the
a
personnel.
blueprint, but you got to have personnel. It's like you can
Right.
show me some lyrics, but I can't sing, right? So,
Right. Right.
you know what I
Right.
mean? So,
Yeah. True that. True that. Yeah. You got to be able to execute.
right.
Like my Vikings, they can have the blueprint, but they don't
Fact,
have the personnel. So get it. I
facts,
get it.
facts.
So yeah. So totally surprised by the outcome. We already know what went wrong. They just weren't executing. They started slow. They kicking field goals in the red zone. What else you think? What did you think about Hurts?
I think, no pun intended, I think he is hurt.
Mm,
Because if you notice, he's not running as much. Remember in the past, he was scramble.
right.
He's not running as much. I know he's got some knee issues. I wouldn't be surprised whenever the season ends. Hopefully, it's after Super Bowl, but whenever that season ends, you'll hear about him having some type of knee surgery. Like
Okay.
I'm almost certain you'll hear something like that. Like latter February, beginning of March, you'll hear something like that. Like he's gonna
Right.
have some type of might be a cleanup or something. But he doesn't look explosive as he has in the past.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Didn't he now he got now he went in for a little bit with
Yeah,
he
right
had to do
before
the
half.
concussion protocols, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then
And
Mark.
what's the prognosis on that? Now he was obviously cleared that
Yeah,
night.
I mean
We're still good.
he's been practicing. I saw an injury report yesterday. He wasn't even listed on there. They didn't have any like key guys listed on the injury report. So
Okay. All right. Well, I hate the Eagles and I hate the fans, except for present company. But good luck to you in Dallas. We'll see what happens, man. We'll review that a little bit later.
yeah, well,
Now do
speaking
you
of that, we got a
yeah.
big free agent. The Colts released Shaq Leonard, and he had narrowed it down to the Cowboys and the
Yeah.
Eagles. He took a official visit, came down here.
Yeah.
They tried to wine and dine him, and then he said he's going to go to Philly and then make a decision after, next weekend, or excuse me, last weekend.
Last week,
So
yeah.
he watched both teams play, and luckily for the Eagles, he picked the Eagles. He had a prior relationship with Nick Sirianni because Nick Sirianni used to be on the Colts coaching staff. He was,
Oh, yep.
so he knew him. He said he already established that tight bond with him from Indianapolis. So he signed with the Eagles, and he's practicing. He should play this Sunday. We'll
Yeah.
see. But just another live body.
Yeah, that's a good
He's a
pickup.
beast, man. He's a former Pro Bowler, All Pro. He's had a lot of injuries, so I don't know if he's cooked. You know what I mean, or
Right.
how much shelf life he has left. But we're weak at the linebacker position. We weren't very strong coming into the season, and then on top of it, we've had some guys get injured. So we needed another body in the rotation.
Absolutely. And he'd be a good voice in the locker room as well.
Mm-hmm.
Veteran, get the younger guys going. So
Yeah.
that's a good pickup. I was hoping you guys wouldn't get him. I was hoping you side with the and again, it's just hate. It's not like I'm a Cowboys fan or anything. I was hoping they would get him. So the less opportunity for you guys, but that's where he went, of course. So
Right. So man, let's jump into this weekend. So it's prime time, man. 7:15 game down here at Jerry's World.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on the game, man? How you think it's going to play out?
I mean, it's a Cowboys game to lose. I think
It is.
They're playing at home. The Cowboys have been phenomenal at home. The Eagles, they just didn't look good last week. And then we talked about Hurts. Is he hurt?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
Right.
And he's going to be there on that turf with that knee. I don't. That's that turf. I mean, it's a little better than what it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
but that can be tough on a knee. So I'm thinking the Cowboys are. I don't think they're going to run away with it. It's going to be a damn good game because the Eagles. I think they're going to rally, and I think that loss kind of motivated them.
Right.
And let's keep it right. I think that it's okay to get some losses during the season, so you know what it feels like. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So you remember the Vikings had that nice run in '98, like they
They
only
were
lost like one game. That
15-1.
Yeah, 15-1, and when they were, it's almost like they had to face enough adversity
Mhm.
during the regular season, and so when they were messing with Atlanta, they just didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? They're playing scared and all that stuff. So,
Well, and
um,
then you had stuff happening in that game. Remember, like Gary Anderson was perfect the whole year. Then he misses. It's like, come on, bro.
yeah, nervous. And I
Yeah.
think it was nerves or Vegas. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like,
Now we're
maybe
doing conspiracy theories
I
now.
mean, maybe the mob got to him. I don't know, man.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't know. I mean, hey, stranger things have happened. Stranger things have happened. But so the Eagles might be able to rally from that and make it a good game. But I think at the end of the day, the Cowboys have been too good at home. Cowboys win that game, and I think they probably win it like 31-28, something like that. What do you
Okay,
think?
so it looks like we got we got a score prediction in here.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so that's reversed. He's at Eagles 31, Cowboys 28, so he reversed it. Okay.
I agree.
Okay, Papa Jones.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, I agree, man. I think that loss you just touched on it. That loss last week, I think that struck a fire in them.
Okay.
And I'm hoping this is wishful thinking, but I'm hoping they had a good week of practice. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
they watched that film because that film was trash from the 49ers. So I'm hoping they looked at that film, and say, hey, we've been resting on our laurels all season, pretty much. We've been squeaking out these wins, taking things for granted. Because if you come down here, Dallas, you win on Sunday. You don't have the division; it's not locked up, but you've swept Dallas at that point.
Right.
So
A
all
really
you
good
got to
team.
do is, it's going to be tough for them to catch you. So then the only way that Dallas is going to be able, if you play them in the playoffs, they're going to have to come to Philadelphia in the link and in the cold.
Yep.
Versus, Dak is much better, down here playing
Absolutely.
at Jerry's World. So I agree, man. With that, with the Eagles winning, I got a score of 28-24.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be anyone dominating. I just think the Eagles will get a critical turnover, a
Okay.
fumble or interception in the latter part of the game. But the key to me is not going to be Jalen Hurts. It's going to be their ability to run the ball. They got to get Swift going, Gainer going. They got to get those guys. I don't know if it's going to be Boston Scott running as well, but they got to get that running game going because if they
Yeah.
can get the running game going, then you'll have to bring the safeties and the linebackers will have to come up a little bit more, respect that run. Then then Hurts can do his thing, and then we're getting our tight end back, Dallas Goedert. He's been out since the it might have been the Dolphins game Sunday night. He's been out, man, about like a month and a half.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so getting him back that'll be
That,
crucial.
the quarterback's best friend right there.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got Cowboys 24, Eagles 21. Okay, I see you.
There's a lot of hating going on.
I see. That's hate.
Appreciate it. A lot of hate, and
He's going by analytics.
yeah, we appreciate you joining the show, brother. You enjoy the rest of your night now.
Wow, he can leave now. He can exit stage left.
Exit stage left now,
Oh
man.
my
So
goodness.
let's jump into the to the purple, man. So they were on bye last week, right?
Yep.
Okay, they were on bye.
Got some rest.
Got some much needed rest.
Yep.
I saw that O'Connell named the starting quarterback for Sunday.
I have not been paying attention. What happened?
Unless he made a switch after. I saw it's gonna be your boy Dobbs. Dobbs is coming back.
He's coming back.
Yeah, Dobbs said, "Don't call it a comeback."
Oh my gosh, why is he coming back?
Yeah.
He said, "Boo, Vikings, baby." BJ.
What up, BJ?
BJ in the building. Oh, he's going. Yeah, you did tell me. Yeah, BJ did tell me he was going to that game. Yeah.
Oh, he's at the playing game.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
man.
He's at the Vikings The Vikings.
The Vikings. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he could be at the playing game. That's in
He
Vegas
could
too.
be. Yeah, he
You
could
know?
be. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would definitely be hitting that up if I was in Vegas.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So
Mm.
sounds like Dobbs is coming back, man. Justin Jefferson, I think he's playing. Yeah,
We back, baby.
yeah, I
We
think
back.
because they brought him off the list, and the reason why when they did it, I think it was kind of calculated. They brought him off the injured list, and then they wanted to give him another week, with the bye week, and then bring him back after the bye week. So I think Justin Jefferson is he's back. So are you happy with Dobbs starting out of the other the other options, or what's your
No,
thoughts on that?
no. Who was the dude who got hurt? Was it Hall?
Hall, Aaron Hall.
I don't even know if we want to talk about him right now because he is
No.
in trouble.
Pause.
He's in trouble. But I tell you what, I prefer Aaron Hall at the helm rather than this Dobbs guy, because I mean that was atrocious, that game that he had. So yeah, I'm not happy about it. I think they should have just given Hall a chance. I mean, Dobbs has bounced around for a reason. We saw it on full display. I think just give Hall a shot because he looked like he was pretty comfortable in that offense when he came back that second game.
Mhm.
And then he got knocked out, right away. But I would have preferred to start him. But they know what they're doing. That's why, he's the head coach. He knows what he's doing. I'm just some guy, Monday morning quarterback.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any numbers or anything to compare. I wasn't at the practices, so maybe Dobbs showed them something. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not happy about it, bro. What you think? Oh, before you got Timberwolves, Twins, Vikings, Loon, Lynx. Wow. Okay. Minnesota, shout out. I see you. Especially
through.
especially those Wolves. We'll talk about them later, though.
We will. So what's your score prediction for the game?
I got the Raiders winning it. They're
Okay.
probably like 21-17, something like that.
Okay.
I don't think we have the I don't have any confidence with Dobbs back there. Jefferson back or not, doesn't matter. We don't have a quarterback. So
Man, so my first time this season, since we've been on the show, man, I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I got the Vikings going. I think Justin Jefferson coming back, man. I think it's gonna be a bolt of energy for the squad. They're coming off a bye week. I think he's probably been practicing with Dobbs and Jefferson, working on that connection, man. So
yeah.
I think Jefferson's gonna come back, man. 8 or 9 catches, 120, 130 yards and a touchdown. So I got the Vikings winning 21-17.
21-17. So you got to reverse. Okay. All right. BJ Cool said 14-10 Vikings. Okay.
Man, that's gonna be an ugly game if it's 14-10. That's for sure. I will not want to watch that. That's
No.
Be the score.
No, and I have to watch it by law. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
this is boring. This boring game. Yeah, I see your note here. Is this game a must win? It absolutely is for the Vikings.
Yeah, it's there. I agree.
They're playing. I mean, they're 6-6 right now. Raiders are 5-7. The Raiders have kind of been rejuvenized with since the new coaches out, or the old coaches out. Yeah. So it's definitely a must win because Green Bay. Right now, Green Bay 6-6, and the Vikings are 66. Vikings own the tiebreaker. But Green Bay, they've been playing good. Love is looking good.
Man, beat Kansas City Sunday night. I was not expecting that at all.
I was not either. And that hurt my soul. I was like, Mahomes, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But yeah, it's definitely a must win for the Vikings so they can stay ahead of Green Bay. And I don't know who Green Bay has up next, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on them. Detroit is a wrap. We're not going to catch them. So
no, you're not catching. But see, the Vikings can get in that wild card mix, right? So they got to string together some wins. And on the next show, we'll kind of break down the remaining games for the Vikings, especially if they win this week. We can kind of break down and Philly and the Vikings remaining games and take a peek at what we think. So we got a score prediction. What we got?
Yeah, Papa Jones, Vikings 24, Raiders 21.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah,
I like that.
Yeah. So let's go around the league a little bit, man. So did you see the that Monday night game got another injury to a franchise quarterback in
Yeah.
that was
Again,
bad.
that's bad, man. I know,
Yeah.
and I know the league is doing whatever they can to try to protect the quarterbacks. I don't know how much more they can do, though.
You can't, you know what I mean? Because if you think
Yeah.
you could barely even touch these guys now. You know,
No.
imagine how when we were growing up, how football was. I remember Jim McMahon getting body slammed. You know, like legit. He legit got body slammed.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you saw what Lawrence Taylor did to Joe Theismann. I mean, he basically in
he
his
snapped
career.
his leg, didn't he?
Yeah, snapped his leg, man. That was one of the worst injuries I've ever seen.
It's so funny you said Lawrence Taylor. I watched the interview with him yesterday. He said he couldn't play in today's era. He said I'd be kicked out before halftime.
He said before halftime.
Before halftime. He didn't even say a season or a game. He didn't give himself a full game. He said he'd be kicked out by halftime. So
by not half the season, by halftime.
Halftime.
Yo, I mean, I believe it's crazy. Now, I don't know if you remember the few years back, Kevin Hart was on one of the sports shows, ESPN or something, and he was showing he would give a demonstration of how you should tackle a quarterback. And so he was like, okay, before you tackle me, hold on, put the pillow down. You got a blanket? You got a blanket? You got a blanket? Yeah. And they picked him up. And they softly laid him down. He's like, okay, now tuck me in. Now read me. Tell me a story. Tell me a story. Rub my back. It was so funny, man. And it's becoming more and more of that.
Yeah.
You know, but going back to, why we got in the tangent, Trevor Lawrence going down, man. I'm just like, geez, I don't know what else you can do for
You
these
can't.
guys.
I mean, and it's ended up being a high ankle sprain, so it's not a season-ending injury. It's not like it's Achilles, ACL, or anything like that, or broke any bones or anything. But high ankle sprain, like that's because that limits mobility, and playing. Because I don't know if you saw when he tried to get up, he couldn't even. He fell back down. He couldn't even walk out. Walk off the field on his own. Malicious. So
yeah, I think they thought it was Achilles. I'm like, you're too young for an Achilles injury, because kind of like how Aaron Rodgers and like when he went down kind of like that, tried to get up and went back down, and so same thing with Cousins. So I was like, oh man, did he injure his Achilles? Like, he's way too young for that. And this turned out to be the high ankle sprain. But yeah, I mean that game ended up being pretty boring too, because it just ended up being backup quarterback against backup quarterback. So
right.
I mean, I stopped watching it. I don't know.
Oh no, I did too.
Yeah.
I mean, it was high scoring. So they were putting points on the board, but it was a rather boring game.
Right. It's not what I want to see. So
did you see what happened with Zach Wilson and the Jets?
No.
So, he's been out. He got benched.
Yeah.
So he got benched. And then earlier this week, it was word got out that they were going to bring him back and make him the starter this week. And then the Jets, they said the Jets, or it got leaked. A reporter for ESPN said he doesn't want to start. He doesn't want to play.
What?
Yeah. So that, man, it created a firestorm. That New York media, man, they are relentless. So, they were questioning him, his character, he's quitting on the team. Aaron Rodgers, he went on the, I think it was the Pat McAfee show, and he was sticking up for him. He was like, that's not true. And he was like, it's wrong for the organization. He was like, we got a leak in the organization, and, they need to address that, because, stuff like that needs to be kept internally. That's not something that, that the mass should know about.
Yeah. That stays in the locker room.
Facts. Yeah. So they just named him the starter now. So last night, Zach Wilson was named the starter for this weekend. So I think that, they said that pressure busts pipes. So I think that pressure, it got to him. So now all of a sudden, they said he was worried about a neck injury. Well, he ain't worried about that neck injury no more. So.
I bet. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Before we go, we got Keno. This young man was cutting up in grade school. You talking about this young man right here?
Oh, I was an Eagle Scout and scholar in grade school.
Wow. I don't know if I believe that. I heard you were bad. I heard you were bad.
A
Yo,
lot, lot,
man.
lot, a lot of false tales out here, man. But it's a good thing you don't believe it.
Y'all heard it here first. I'm sure Mama Papa Jones has some stories to tell.
Not they're busy. No, let's not bother them. They're busy.
Oh my
Well, man,
goodness.
you got
Oh man.
anything else in the NFL that
Nah, man.
okay.
I'm
So,
depressed, man. My Vikings are trash. So
all
when I'm
right. So
quarterback, so let's keep
before
it
we get
pushing.
to the oh man, look at Pops murking me. Look,
Whoa. What was it? Huh, yeah, bro. They're really bad. Papa Jones got you too. A terror.
yeah, these they're just kidding, man. She got a lot of comedians up here tonight. I
Uh,
appreciate them joining, but
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think somebody gonna say no cap.
hey, so before we transition to the NBA, man, let's get these power rankings, man. So you give me your number give me your number 5 team, and everybody that's in the chat, give us your top 5 teams for the NFL.
Okay. So I have put Miami Dolphins at number 5.
Okay.
They've I watched them some last weekend, and man, those they cold. That Tyreek, woo,
He's a cheat code, man. He's
cheat
like he
code.
remind in different style, but he's like Moss. Remember how Moss was in 98?
Yeah,
It's that same type of deal.
yeah. I mean, he just keeps getting better, man. I thought he was at peak Tyreek when he was in Kansas City. Shoot, man, that boy, he
Well,
just
and
keep
that
getting
just goes
better.
to show you because he really downgraded in quarterback, because
Yeah,
Tua is not Mahomes, and he's putting up even better numbers. I mean, he's on pace for close to 2,000 yards if he's not on pace to exceed it, which is nuts.
right. It's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane, man. And I know he's got is it Waggo on the other side? Waggo?
Oh, Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle? I don't know why I
Yeah.
said Waggo. My bad. See, I don't know why you haven't fired me yet. But
Hey, hey, we can call him Wacko. I'm fine with Wacko. Wacko it is.
Wacko.
Jalen Wacko. That's forward.
But he's a beast in his own right too. So defenses have a hard time covering those guys. I mean, the Tyree, he just gets loose, man. When he gets the ball, he's out of there, bro. He's so fast.
Right.
And I'm very impressed with them, man. And yeah. And then what happened? What happened? How when Green Bay beat Kansas City, I was like, nah, it's a wrap. You're gone. You're
Right.
gone. You're gone.
Right.
Dolphins, you're in. So who you got?
My number 5. Yeah, I got Miami at 5.
Got Miami 5. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Same reasons.
The same reasons, and they really could be higher, but I mean, top 5.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
They're in the mix,
and they haven't beaten teams with great, like the really good teams. They've
right?
kind of struggled against them.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're coming on. They're definitely coming on. Number 4, I've got the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
We all know why. I mean, Jackson's a beast. And he's having an MVP type season. So, yeah. Who you got?
I have the Cowboys at 4.
Cowboys at 4. Okay,
Yep.
you're a hater. Okay. So Papa Jones had the Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Dolphins, and Niners at number 1. Okay.
We got some other comments in there. So we got
Yeah, I know you saw this.
Oh, Cheetah. Yeah, that's right, Tara. Cheetah.
Yeah, beast.
Tyreek is Cheetah. It definitely is.
Whew. And then everybody, I don't know if you saw the ones everybody talking about how bad you were.
No,
we could go back through that.
No, they were talking about Cheetah, not me.
Wow. Oh God. So who you got?
So you're number 4.
Oh, you said Cowboys, right?
Yeah, Cowboys.
Why you got the Cowboys number 4?
I mean, I think the Cowboys could. I think a lot of these teams could fall anywhere from 5 to 1. Like, I really think,
yeah,
they're close.
Yeah. Cowboys are higher than 4, though. You do realize that.
You'll see after this week.
I don't know. They've been looking strong, man. Dak is doing that thing. So, Keno, 49ers of Dallas beats Philly at 2. Okay, so 49ers of Dallas beats Philly at 2. Wait, what?
I'm confused, but I think he's saying 49ers 1. If Dallas beats Philly, they're at 2, and then Philly's 3, Ravens are 4, Miami's 5. And I don't know. I guess he's giving us a bonus pick, and the Chiefs at 6.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
And unless he's saying he'll, yeah, that's what it looks like. Okay, all right, Keno. Always going to the beat of your own drum. Gotta love it. Okay. What else? What else we got? What else we got here? We got boys can't beat a name brand team. The best win is
That's true. That is, as far as a winning record, that is true.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah, we will be having birthday cake today, Keno. Thank you.
Yep. It is Jake's birthday.
So who you got at 3?
3, I got your boys. I'm sorry, they fell. They fell from 1 to 3 this week for me. After that thrashing the 49ers gave them.
Okay.
But I mean, they're still at this point. Teams are kind of interchangeable.
Yep.
Like you said, but I got them at 3, and it does look like it's hurting, like we discussed earlier. So I don't know how long he can sustain that. But he's got his best friend back, the tight end. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens with that, man. Who you got?
The Philadelphia Eagles. I'm dropping them to 3.
You're dropping them. You're dropping them to 3.
I had them at 1 last week, dropping them to 3. Disappointed in their play, man. They got to show me something this week. This is a show me week. So they coming down here, so they got to show me.
Okay, I could dig it. What we got? What we see this weekend? We would definitely see this weekend. Oh, I know you and Keenan are gonna have a lot to say, man. Those are y'all teams.
No. I'm Silence of the Lambs. I don't even want to be bothered. Don't be bothering me.
Wow.
Only if the Eagles are winning do I want to hear something.
Oh God! All right, what are we on? We got number 2.
Number 2.
All right, I got them boys at number 2. But they will be dropped down if the Eagles beat them. I don't see that happening at home, but we'll see. Dak is playing out of his mind. He's having an MVP season as well.
Absolutely he is. He 100% he is.
Yeah,
he's been beaten up on some bad teams, but you can only play who's on the schedule. So exactly. I don't knock him for that. So he's got some tougher games coming up. They got the Eagles. They got Buffalo isn't Buffalo that we thought, but they still got to go up to Buffalo and they got to go to Miami, I believe. So so they got some tough games coming up.
Yeah, they do. So we got Tara says Chris will be sporting a Dak jersey for next weekend show.
Never.
That's we show. Is that the bet?
No, I'm not. No,
that's the bet.
No,
you don't want to make it. You want to make a wager? You want to make a wager with Tara right now?
No.
Why? Why not? You don't trust your team?
No. What is Keno saying? Philly is playing the same. No, actually, they're not. They're not playing the same teams. When you win your division, you have a tougher schedule. So some of those teams are not the same. Like you guys don't play the Chiefs, I believe. So no, it's not the same schedule. The division winner has they have a tougher slate based upon the prior season. So
yeah, you're dealing with a professional, Keno. So yeah. Okay, Tara said it's the bet now. That was you can't deny her the bet.
You need 2 people to bet, and I'm not betting. I'm not wearing no Cowboys jersey. So
I'll bet it for you, but you have to make good on the bet.
Where's the jersey going? Who's getting the jersey? I'm not buying no Cowboys.
You're not gonna buy Cowboys?
You ain't my hard-earned money on no Cowboys jersey. No way.
That's part of the bet. That's part of the bet. You have to purchase a jersey and everything. You can get a cheap one off of Amazon. It could be a knockoff.
Man. All right. Okay, bet. All right. The loser has to. So you got to wear Eagles jersey next on the show then.
Who?
You. Since you betting.
Oh no, I'm not part of the bet.
No.
I'm not part of the bet. I was brokering the bet.
We don't need no broker.
Accepting it for you.
No, you ain't Charles Schwab. We don't need no broker. No. No.
I don't have a dog. He said you ain't Charles Schwab. Look, hey, Papa Joe said, bet, son. Be strong.
Yeah, I'm strong like bull, but you need to wear Eagles jersey. If you ain't wearing no Eagles, I ain't doing it.
My name is Bennett. I ain't in it.
No, you in it.
I'm not, no,
No.
look,
All right,
look,
then no bet then.
I don't have a dog in this fight. You got to bet Tara.
No, I'm betting you.
You're no. Why you betting
No,
me for?
on this show, you got to wear Eagles jersey.
I I don't like either team, so I'm not betting anything. I mean, I don't have any beef with the Cowboys, but I don't have a dog in the fight. What I'm saying.
Okay, I'm out on that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Look. I ain't buying no Eagles jersey. So what did Darren say? Said we could get Eagles jersey for the lost and found out.
Wow. There we go. A lot of hate going on there.
Oh man, that's pretty funny.
Okay, so that was
That's
your.
pretty
So
funny.
who was your number 2 team?
Okay, my number 2 team was the Cowboys.
Okay, my number 2 is the 49ers.
49ers. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I can dig that. Papa Jones says, bet Tara, son. So he said it. You have to do it.
No comprende.
You have to do it. You have to do it.
I'm
Okay.
out.
Hold on. We got another one. Philly played Washington, New York, Jets, Giants. They both lost to the Niners. Only team Dallas didn't play is KC.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, I think you just said that.
That's what I said. The division winner has a tougher schedule.
Yep. You did say that. You just said it. Keener, you just proved them right. And Papa Jones said you have to bet Tara. So
Yep. No.
oh, yeah. Why you not look? It's right there. It's on the screen. I put it up on it.
Yeah, I can read it. Your glasses is working, man. They're thorough. I can see it. I'm just ignoring it.
Are you hitting that reverse again?
Yes, man.
Okay. All right. So you got the Niners at number 2. And now where did you have them last week? I don't remember where you had. Did you have them?
I
You had them like 3 or 4.
I think I had them at 3, if I remember correctly. It was 3 or 4.
Okay, so you pushed them up because they beat the Eagles pretty handily.
Oh, they did. They smacked.
Yeah, they smacked them around pretty good. Okay, all right, I like that. Let's see here. We got some more. We got Keno is still standing on. They play the same team,
even though if you line their schedule up. But go
10
ahead.
toes down. Okay,
If
Keno being Keno.
right.
Number 1.
Keno.
Number 1. San Francisco 49ers, because holy smokes, that was a thrashing. And man, they took their lumps like mid-season, and everybody's healthy, and these guys look good. They look like they can win the Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to Niners. Brock Purdy looking pretty good.
he is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who we got. That's just one game.
Okay.
He gonna keep going.
You know, it's Keno.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Sergio. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate the love, brother.
All right, brother. What's your number 1?
Baltimore Ravens.
Okay, I like it.
I think you'll see. I think we'll get to that later down the line. But that's we start talking about picks. For the final game of the season. I think we've got 2 or 3 teams that'll be in the mix right there.
Yep. I agree. All right, man.
All right, man. Let's transition over to the National Basketball Association.
Let's go. You already know that's my favorite subject, man. My favorite subject. We got some beef. We got some beef in the room.
We do. So Ime Udoka and LeBron James had a heated exchange the other night. LeBron got a technical. Ime Udoka got ejected from the game, man. You typically don't see a player and a coach, jostling, going back and forth. When you may see a coach and a coach, you obviously see player and player, but typically don't see that. So,
Yep. Man,
I think that was Udoka said something, and I think LeBron took it. I think he took it a little too literally. He wasn't calling him that. The word. Basically he was telling them to quit complaining, but he used the B word, and LeBron took it as though he was calling him that. So they had their heated exchange, and if you notice, the ref was standing in between them. He didn't even waste any time. He was like, you're out. You know what I mean? You're technical for you, Udoka. You're out. Thanks for him, brother. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love. He threw Udoka out right away, and after the game, they asked Udoka. I mean, he's like, man, our players are getting punked, and we ain't getting punked. Like that's not what we're doing. You know, and they asked LeBron, you know, after the game, he's like, man, we were just talking about Thanksgiving dinner. So, so he wasn't trying to feed into it at all.
No, he wasn't.
What was your thoughts on it? I know you're a LeBron James apologist, so I want to see if you're gonna be partial or impartial with this.
Man, I'm sick of people disrespecting LeBron. Like every freaking chance they get, they want to disrespect this man. And this man has done nothing to anybody. He's a good dude.
He is a good dude. He's a good dude.
Yeah, and they keep mistaking his kindness for weakness. And it wasn't just the fact that he said stop acting like a B. When
He didn't say
LeBron
that, though.
addressed it, he said stop being. What did he say? Stop doing that. Basically,
Yes,
right?
that's what he said. Stop doing. That's different than calling somebody that, though.
Okay.
Do you agree with me on that?
I agree with you on that, but at the same time, it's like, man, you got to put some like Sergio, you got to put some respect on his name. You know what I'm saying? Put some respect on it. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not the T with the K. You got to put some respect on it.
That
and
old
it's
bird,
just like,
man.
yeah, and it's just like if you are a head coach of a team, why are you even talking to him? You know what I'm saying? Like that's not your player. He don't play for you. You don't coach him. So why are you even running your mouth and saying anything to him?
You know why I
mean?
think he's doing that? Why he did that? It's because he's got a young team. He don't have anybody on his team that'll, you know what I mean? That'll buck back at LeBron. So that's why I think he was trying to take that mantle and, you know, and say it. But I mean, I don't think he necessarily needed to say it. I think it was, you know, LeBron blew it way out of proportion. But I don't think another coach should be talking to a player on another team. Like I don't dig that
at all. And LeBron probably should have settled that off court after the games, you know, or called them, text them, had a conversation with them because they all know each other. And,
absolutely, yeah.
You know,
and it's much to do about nothing. You know what I mean? The Lakers are the superior team. Now, I don't know. Remember now, Houston blasted them earlier in the season. Remember they beat them by like 30 points, 36
they
points.
Did. They did. They got.
There's some animosity from that. And like Sergio said, he's trying to hype up his players, and that's how I took it.
Bro said he got Brooks to do it. He does.
And he does have Brooks. I forgot about that. He does have Brooks do it. You're right about that. You're right.
Yeah. So he's got somebody. He has no place speaking to him in that tournament at all, especially with the history of Boston. Exactly. Because I couldn't even say what they said. I couldn't even say what they because he's a coach that got in trouble.
But what does that have to do with this though?
I'm just saying he might. Okay, so what Keno, what I'm thinking Keno saying, Keno, don't let me put words in your mouth. Is that hey man, you chill. You already got into some stuff somewhere else.
That's different. Like this is basketball, right here. He got ejected. You know what I mean? And they got, you know, the Lakers ended up getting well, I guess it was a double technical, but he got ejected. So like, but this is basketball. That stuff up in Boston was off the court. That was a whole different ball of wax. And I see his comment. He's lucky to have a job, but he's really not, man, because that he's in demand. He's cold. Yeah, he's viewed in the coaching fraternity and as far as in the leagues, as far as executives, like he could have had that Boston job the Nets job last year.
Yeah,
he could have had him. Like my bro said, that's personal. That wasn't basketball because if it was X's and O's, because if you notice the whole situation, they didn't fire him right away because they wanted to bring him back. They were trying to figure out a way to bring him because that's how cold he is.
Oh yeah, I mean he took them to the finals when Brad Stevenson he couldn't take him there. He couldn't take him to the promised land.
He's viewed as a cold, and like I said, the Brooklyn Nets, they wanted him, but you know they said behind the scenes the NBA is saying this is a bad look this soon. You know what I mean? He just got let go in September. Now you guys want to bring, you know, because they fired Steve Nash and then they were going to hire him like right in the middle of the season or whatever. And they're like, it's kind of a bad look. So then, you know, there was kind of generating that, you know, that media circus and whatnot. They didn't want to go down that path. So he's a beast of a coach. He won't have a problem getting a job. And you see, he's doing a good job in
Oh
Houston.
God, yeah. With those young boys, man, he got them playing some good ball, man.
Absolutely.
I think they're 500 right now, which is good for Houston.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at that team, with Jalen Green,
Mhm.
they got Fred Van Vliet from Toronto, so they got some veteran leadership, and Dylan Brooks. They got some cold players. Jabari Smith was a high draft pick out of Oregon. I'm sorry, out of Auburn a couple years ago. So he's got a young team, man. But man, he's gonna have them boys playing, man. Like you watch in a year or two, if they augment that team, and because they'll have some free agent money and add somebody, man, that's gonna be like one of those teams that's battling in that play-in game, and then you're gonna see them ascending up the Western Conference ranking. So yeah, I mean, I thought it was much to do about nothing, but I don't think he should have, should interact with LeBron. And here's the thing: if it was a player that wasn't LeBron, it wouldn't even been that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Had that been Austin Reeves, it would not have garnered the media storm that it did. But it's LeBron James, like you said.
But also, dude wouldn't have said that to him. He would have said that to Reeves.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? He's doing it too. He's doing it because it's LeBron.
Right. Correct.
And it's much to do about nothing because of LeBron. So, but also just real quick, when LeBron went to him, he started talking hella-ish. You know what I mean? Like, what did he say? Weak boy, something running up on me. You ain't gonna do nothing. Like now he's trying to make it confrontational. Like to me, it didn't look like Brown was running up on him to do that. It was like LeBron was just like, "Hey, come on, man, be cool." To me, you know what I'm saying? Don't use that word loosely. Now, Udoka, how you pronounce his name again?
Ime Udoka.
I mean, yeah. Then he starts talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they call him soft and all that. Them's is fighting words to me. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and LeBron's kind of looking at her like, huh? So it's like he wanted to engage with LeBron, and I think that's why the ref threw him out.
Right.
Unless he said that afterwards. I can't really remember the timeline, but let me.
What is he saying?
Go ahead. I'll let you get it.
No, I don't. I'm just trying to read. What did he say?
He said, "I don't agree. If it was player acting up off the court, they would hold them accountable. He is not the law just because he is great at his job."
I guess I'm not understanding. He was held accountable. He was fired and lost a multi-year contract.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't. Again, I'm not sure about that. Like I said, the man was fired and lost his job. So, but yeah.
These are facts. Yeah, he did. He and again, I think that was more so an HR issue. He should have lost his job over that, right? 100%. And it should have gotten leaked. And
that's where I blame the Boston Celtics. They should have kept that internally and handled that internally. If you wanted to, you could say conduct detrimental to the team, but then not even specify it. Because you remember, they were online. They were posting pictures of females that work for the Celtics, saying, "Could it have been this person?" It wasn't even them. You know what I mean? So Boston created that. They didn't have to. They could have handled that, much better than they did. But
agreed. Correct. So you shouldn't be speaking to James about any. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
You know how Keto is. He go.
Yep. So speaking of LeBron, man, let's move on to that controversial call against the it was against the Suns, wasn't it?
It was against the Suns Tuesday night.
Man, keeping it real, man. He did not call it. Come on, man. That was not a timeout. He did not call that timeout in time. He did not.
Just like how the refs during that Vikings Saints game, NFC Championship, didn't see those people hitting Brett Favre after the whistle. I'm just saying, I ain't see nothing.
Okay.
I see.
Stevie Wonder over there now. Here we go.
I just called to say I love you.
Yeah. My man said, Sergio, it's rigged. I feel you.
He said it. Okay. All right. So that's this. Nah, I saw it. He didn't have possession of the ball, man. He didn't have it. AK-15. He didn't have possession of the ball. Saw the timeout. Ref gave it to him. Couldn't they review that too? or that was non-reviewable play?
I think
I
that
don't know how
might.
it works.
I think it might have been non-reviewable. I think it might have been. But here's my thing: there are so many opportunities throughout the game. Like they didn't lose because of that play. You know what I mean?
Right.
There was other plays you should have got some stops, should have got a rebound, could have boxed out, could have made a shot. And that if you look at that Suns team, man, Bradley Beal, he's missing hella games, man. I think he's only played in like a few games this year. He's out. I think they said he maybe come back in like another 10 or 14 days. So they're so thin because they're top heavy, like with Booker and KD and Bill taking up the lion's share of their salary cap. The rest of those guys they're sprinkling in, they're like minimum role players, they're minimum salary guys. So like you need all three of those guys to be in there balling, for the Suns to be at their optimal level.
Yeah. I totally agree. Could the rest get fined? I don't think
they can't get fined. What they can demote them and not put them on like big games, not put them on like, playoff games. And because I think their salary increases or they get more money like in the playoff games, the bigger games. So if they miss, because they're rated, and there actually is after each game there is a and I forget the terminology or what it's called, but there is it's like a scorecard for the officials, and they do release that. It is public. The NBA release. They want transparency, but most fans aren't going to go look for that. We'll look at it like, oh, that call was whack, and then we'll just go on about our day. No one's going to take the time the next day to go look up like that. I think it's like a Q rating or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember. I saw I don't know if you saw the interview on Vlad TV when he interviewed the referee.
Donahue. Yeah, Tim Donahue. Yeah.
Yeah, and he broke it down real good, like how they do that. So yeah, you know it, Jay.
What up, Jay?
I'm not gonna put your Cowboys jersey on though.
No, we don't. We're allergic to those.
Yeah, nobody's doing that.
No.
But yeah, I mean. Yeah, you're right. Keep it real, and I like what Keno said, like how Dez caught that ball in Green Bay, but
he didn't. But
yeah,
no, I'm a low key. He did. He caught that.
Yeah, he caught that, man. Dez caught it. Dez caught it.
He caught
but that again, I don't think they didn't lose the game because of that call. I mean, the Lakers were up anyway by 2, so anything gonna happen. But yeah, I mean that definitely went LeBron's way. But when you're the face of the NBA and you've been the face of the NBA for 21 years, I mean, hey,
man, still holding on to that, huh?
Yeah. Okay. So now you're full agreement. You said that's a bogus call.
That was a bad call. But again, I'm not one of those like, oh, that's why we lost the game. You had 4 quarters to play. Plenty of opportunity. You missed some free throws you should have made. Like I'm not into that excuse game. Now, if it's like multiple bad calls, then that's different. It's kind of like baseball. Sometimes there's some of these umpires have bad strike zones and they're bad like the whole game. Like you know what I mean? That's when if you're constantly calling holding like in football throughout the whole game, like that's when it becomes too much. Like no one wants to see the official impact the game more than the players. That's where I have a problem with.
Yeah, me too. I mean, we're going back to that NFC Championship game when the Saints and the Vikings and they made all those bad calls.
I don't remember saying anything too bad.
Whatever.
Man, okay, let's talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. First place in the Western Conference, man. What's good?
First place in Western Conference, best record in the league.
Yeah,
and nobody is talking about them.
And remember that? Did you see that stat? I think you might have sent it to me or I sent it to you where I think they've been in first place for like 12 or 14 days.
You sent it to me.
Yeah. But this is in their prior 30 something years, they had only been in first place for 10 days combined in 30 years.
Right.
So they've been in first place longer this year than they have in the prior existence of the franchise.
Isn't that crazy?
Think about it.
That's crazy because we're talking about the Garnett era.
Oh, yeah, but you're even going back even before the Garnett. You're talking about like Felton Spencer and when they were at the
Richardson.
Yeah, my dad took my brother and I. We were at that first game they ever won, man. It was against the Sixers in triple overtime when they were in the the Metrodome. Remember when they first came in, it wasn't even the Target Center, it was the Metrodome. So man, it's just man, it's as Timberwolves fans, and we grew up, man, watching that sorry franchise. To see that they're in first place, that Rudy Gobert trade looks way better right now than it did a year ago at this time, or even over the summer coming into the season. He's playing at an all NBA level. If he keeps balling out like this, man, I think he'll win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I agree.
And I could see him making all NBA. Our boy Ant-Man, now he was off last night. You know, he was 4-17. He had an off night, but that happens when you're playing 82 games. But he's a baller, man. He's not afraid of the moment. You know, offense or defense, you know, those perimeter players, he'll go and try and lock up you know, like he did.
Best player.
Yeah, he's going to try to lock up the defensive or opposition on defense. And man, on the offensive end, he is not afraid to take any shot, man. That's what I love about him. He's kind of, I'm not saying he's him or he's them, but you know how Kobe and MJ had that short memory, like they miss a shot, they don't care.
They're gonna care.
He's coming down. He's going to come down and do that. Now, again, let me preface this. I'm not calling him Mike or Kobe being Bryant. I'm just saying, you know, he's got that short memory.
Does he have Mamba mentality?
To me, he's got it, but he's got to do it on the defensive end, though. You know what I mean? He's progressing, getting better offensively. He's got to do it on the defense, because that was one of the things to me that separated MJ and separate Kobe's. They dominated on an elite level on both sides.
On both sides. Yeah. I agree. And he's progressing. Every year he's getting, you know, his skills are getting tighter. He's getting bigger. He's getting stronger.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I said this a couple shows ago, a couple years ago, when he said he was better than Ja when they were, you know, in the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, are you? I don't know about that. He's right.
Yeah, he is. Well, and the thing is,
better than Ja. 2 years later,
he's reliable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the other thing with Ja. Like Ja, well, they both make highlight plays, but I just think Ant can do more on the floor just because of his sheer size. You know what I mean?
He's longer. He's tall. Yeah.
He came in the NBA as a grown man. You know what I mean? He kind of got like a football. He's got like a running back. You know, if you look at he's built. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, built. Yeah. Which means that he's durable.
Yep.
You know, so availability, man. I mean, that you got to have that, man. That's your best ability. So,
facts. We got some comments in there. What we got?
I don't know if you saw these. Sergio, but he was talking about Dez.
Yeah,
magnetic gloves. Yeah, right. His history being made Timberwolves. And you know, Ant is a dog.
Facts. He is. He's got that dog in him, man.
Yeah, and he's got I think he's got the team playing better. You know, like he's got Cat playing, you know, lights out. He's got Rudy Gobert, who they all hated. You know what I'm saying? He's balling. It's like he's got that whole locker room built in, and then the way that he kind of leads, like you say, he plays defense, he plays offense. You know, it's almost like he's kind of setting the standard for the team. And
Facts.
And you know, and man, that bench, forget about it. They got a bench.
They do.
You know what I mean?
You know what I think helped Ant a lot was, remember when he played in the summer in the FIBA Cup with Steve Kerr as the coach, because Steve Kerr said there was no question who the guy was on that team. That was Anthony Edwards. So like, I just think you know what I mean? He gained a lot from that, just being in that experience and still being a young cat. And then, you know, taking that leadership role, because then you can take that and transition that over. Okay, well, when the regular season starts, I did it with these guys, and these guys are better than the team that I currently play on. You know,
right?
So now I can just, you know, I need to come here and lead. So that was big for him over the summer as well.
I agree. A lot of that carried over.
It did
to the season. So man, I love it, man.
It did. So man, before we get out of here, man, let's talk about college football, man. The college football playoffs. You know, born in Tallahassee, so you know I'm a big Florida State Seminoles fan, man. They got the raw end of the deal. I think it was bogus on the selection committee how they did them. They went undefeated.
Yeah, played some good teams too.
Yeah, good teams, and I get it. Their strength of schedule was 55th in the nation, but you know, you can only play who you play. I mean, they beat SEC team, and LSU, who's ranked high, beat, two high ACC caliber teams in Clemson and Louisville, won the regular season, won the championship game, and then they won with their first string quarterback, second string quarterback, and third string quarterback. So, like, I have a problem with a committee trying to assess value based upon one player. That's not, to me, that's not what your job should be. And I think with the SEC being the premier conference in college football, they were not going to keep an SEC team out. So they found a way, to get Alabama in there.
Yeah, I mean, like Shannon Sharp said, it's the Alabama Invitational.
That's a fact.
That's what it is. Yeah, I agree. Selection committee failed with their own process.
Facts.
Because here's what it is. It's almost like they're going for ratings.
100%. This is a business.
Right. At the end of the day, that's what it is. Here's my question to you. Is Florida State are they able to beat Alabama? Do you think they can beat Alabama right now?
Alabama would be favored, but the thing with me is that's not the selection committee's job to say, can they beat them? They earn the right to be there. So they don't play until January 1st. They have time to heal up. They got time to you're going to get buku practices in. They'll probably get 15, 16 practices in. So even if you got the second string quarterback, Tate Rodemaker, he would have been back and out of concussion protocol. If they had a game this weekend, he would have played. So their job, to me, is you put the teams in there that qualified to be there. They're not, Nostradamus. No one's asking you to predict, who's going to win games. That's done on the field. But the folks that earn the right to be there, you should put them there. And like my dad was saying, they failed their own process because they're not consistent on what they do year over year. And that's the problem that I have with that whole process. It's a flawed process.
Yep.
It's going to change.
It has to change. I never liked it.
Yeah.
Now I'm just being devil's advocate. Do you think that they are do you think they're top 4 team? Do you think they're
in that mix? I think Georgia, I think, could be any one of those teams. Even though they lost to Alabama, Georgia could be any one of those teams. Like, I don't think Florida State, well, especially with Jordan Travis out, I don't think they're better. Say 3 or 4 of those teams, I don't think they're better than. They would have a tough time, but they earn the right, and their defense is playing lights out. So right. You earn the right, like I've heard former players say, and that's kind of what I respect hearing from guys that was down in the trenches, that blood, sweat, and tears that was out on the field. When they say, we decide that on the field, not some folks that ain't never played, or some of them that have never played, deciding, who should be in and who shouldn't. And, that whole process is flawed. Now, next year, they're going to, I believe it's the expanded playoffs. So I don't think you'll run into this next year.
Thank God.
To this degree. But, yeah, they failed the process.
Yeah, I agree. And I always wonder, like, why is it just 4 teams? How come it's not 6 or 8?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? 8. I think 8 would make more sense. Now, when they expand it, how far are they expanding it to?
I heard 12, and then I heard 6. I don't know the exact number. I don't know if they even settled on that number. But they, like when they had some of these original, they had like Condoleezza Rice. Like, why is she on the committee?
Why indeed? Oh, are you serious?
Facts.
You might well put me on the committee then.
Hey, I'm saying we can write you in.
Right. What?
Yeah, they had Condoleezza Rice on there. So it's like, come on, man. Like,
wow, that's crazy. Yeah. And this is why I'm not a huge college football guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just like they were 13-0. They're undefeated. You know what I
And,
mean? So I feel your pain, man. Like,
and that's the problem. That process is so subjective. It's somebody, they're making it their opinion. And
right.
the thing that gets left out, it's these kids. You know what I mean? They put a lot into that, man. It's these student athletes. They dedicate a lot into that, and you strip them of an opportunity. Now, say if they get in the playoffs and they get smashed, okay, well, that's on them. But they earn the right to be there.
Yep. You know what? That you said it better than I've heard any of the analysts say all week. You know what I mean? They put in the work. They
Mhm.
deserve to be there. Maybe they're not the top four,
Right.
but they earned the spot. So
And
yeah,
you know what I think Florida State also got hit with is TCU. It was controversial last year. And,
yeah,
and I remember because my territory is obviously in the Metroplex. So after that national championship game, I was out visiting my stores, and a lot of them, they're TCU grads or they're TCU fans, and TCU got smashed.
they
Like they
got
should never even. So they're looking like we don't want another TCU. Well, you can't penalize Florida State for what TCU didn't do last year
yeah,
and mistakes that you made last year.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you. You said it better than anybody. And I've been listening to folks all week about this, man. And yeah, yeah. That's a nice breakdown. But yeah, you can't make them pay for that, man. TCU shouldn't have been there. I get it. I was surprised they got in, but I'm
Yeah,
happy when they did because they earned the spot. You know what I
right,
mean? So
right,
because I think they beat Alabama. There was another good team they beat, but anyways, so
right,
yeah,
right. So
uh,
yeah, man. So yeah, before we close out, just real
yeah.
quick, I just want to throw a little tidbit in. But with college football is they they got the transfer portal, which opened this past Monday. So it's basically like free agency.
Mm.
And I just wanted to throw this out there. So they had within the first 48 hours, so from Monday to midnight on Tuesday, they had almost 1,200 players enter the transfer portal.
Has that ever happened before?
They just started the transfer portal, like I think the last couple years, but
Okay.
it's free agency. So basically, you can transfer one time without having to sit out. You used to have to sit out when
You
you
sit out a
transfer.
year. Yep.
Okay, now you don't have to transfer on that first time. Now, if you transfer a second time, you have to sit out a year unless you get a waiver from the NCAA, where it's like, my family member's ill and I'm moving back to be closer to them to help, be a caretaker. And the NCAA, they're kind of finicky as far as granting the waivers. There was a big controversy. There was a guy actually for the Gophers. I used to work with his mom. They had to appeal. There's a guy, Trez Walker, at UNC, and Florida State's got a guy that transferred, Daryl Jackson. He was originally at Maryland. He transferred to Miami, and then he transferred to Florida State last offseason. He said, I wanted to be closer to my mom. Well, the NCAA did not grant him a waiver. So
Wow.
Florida State's got some issues with the NCAA, and you know what I mean. They got some beef, man, that's been going on for
Ah,
for the last 7 or 8 months. So it's getting real, man. But it's
ooh.
free agency, man.
Mhm.
Some of the top quarterbacks, that are leaving schools trying to go to new ones, they basically said to be able to get a quarterback out of portal, a really good one, it's going to cost the school between $1 million and $2 million to get that player. Yeah, it's legit. It's real. And
Wow.
NIL, man, it's free agency, man.
Who are they paying?
So the schools can't pay the players directly, but what they have is they have like collective. So they'll have like a fundraising like group.
Like
Like
a like a booster club.
it's a booster club. Like Florida
Okay.
State has their booster club is called the Battle's End. So
Okay.
they get donations from alumni, can be former players, could be, fans. I'm not
Mhm.
donating money.
But
Work too hard for that, but no, I'm not
I
doing
feel
that.
you. I feel you, brother. It
Yeah.
ain't that serious.
Yeah, you get me support
You
on
didn't go
TV.
there.
Yeah. No, I'll buy a sweatshirt, but that's about it. Not donating nothing. Get that mess. But they'll get money like that, and they'll like Texas A&M, they've got money for days. They've got the biggest endowment, as far as from a collegiate aspect. The last time I saw in the country, and they've got so much oil money, them and
Mm.
UT down here. Like I said, when Jimbo Fisher got fired, they had a one of the boosters alumni, he wrote a check. I think it was like $100-something million. They presented it at halftime. Yes,
What?
160 million dollars. Jimbo Fisher got fired, and they gave him his buyout was $77 million that they're going to have to pay him to leave over the next I think it's 6 or 7 years. So it's just the money is out there. It's crazy, man. They try to project it to be student athlete. This is a business. This ain't, you know what I mean? This is who's going to help you win ball games. That's what it's all about. It's the academic stuff. That's way down the list.
Right.
Cut it out. It's way down the list.
It's just it's almost like a front. You know what I'm saying? That's where you go to launder your money.
I mean, because it's even like, some of the schools like Notre Dame and Stanford and Northwestern, like even some of the alumni was like, we need to lower our academic admission standards so we can get some better players. Get some better players on the team, man. We got these smart cats, but we ain't winning enough games. So we need to lower our standards.
Brain doesn't always equal brawn.
Right.
Yo, it's wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a front, man. It's wild, man. It's Absolutely. Like they just it's a money. College is a money laundering.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, man. Well, that's crazy. Okay, so what does that mean for teams like Colorado?
Well, speaking of Colorado, Deion Sanders, he got a commitment yesterday, man, from the number 1 offensive tackle in the country. Guy out of IMG Academy down in Florida. But it's just Colorado. Deion's going to have to flip the roster. Now, the problem with Deion, he does a lot of talking. He said, Colorado, we're not an ATM. You come here to get an education and play football. Well, you're not going to get the best players and these guys out of the portal telling them to come to Colorado, Boulder, Colorado, and you're not going to give them the prerequisite NIL money when they can go to Florida State, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn and get 6 figures. I ain't trying to hear that.
Nope.
You got a school that they're going to give me $350,000, but yet you're telling me to come here and get an education. Like, please, I could get an education there and get my 6 figures. Like, I'm not hearing that.
I'm not hearing none of that, bro.
At all. I mean, bro, that's some serious money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you don't make it to the NFL, you get 3, 4, 6 figure money, and you put that in the bank, and you get your proper compound interest on that. You help your parents help your family. You may be able to send a sibling off to college and help pay for. Like, man, there's so much money you can do with that. Or there's so many different things you can do with that money. Like,
Yeah. Ooh, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Like they're like, man, I don't care about the whole Deion story. You know what I mean?
That stuff's old and played out, man. Like, man, that's great. Deion done made his money. He's the first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? He's getting paid millions of dollars to coach. So you telling these kids to come here and get their education. Like, I hope they do, but they can get their education at any school they go to.
Facts.
That's the bottom line.
Yeah.
And as you know, you played this. This is a contact sport, so you can have a career-ending injury at any point. So you have that, and then now you've gotten a couple $100,000 sitting in the bank for yourself. Like,
you Gucci.
You good?
Yeah. Because I mean, it's hard for a college student. Right. No money. I've been in college broke. It's bad, man. Mm-hmm. Scrounging for money, ramen noodles. You know what I mean? Living in the dorms, just whack, man. So yeah. Hey, what did Young Dolph said? Something like, get your money young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get it. So
Absolutely.
I go say that that word on
I feel you. I follow you.
Yeah. We got Papa Joe's ratings and money prevail always.
Always, 100%. Always has, always will. That's how it goes.
And that's how FSU got screwed.
Yep.
Oh man. So that's all I see in the docket, brother. You got
No, I'm good to go, man. Just want to thank everybody that jumped on, listened to the show tonight, man. Appreciate all the birthday love I've been getting today. Appreciate the comments. And we'll be back. So next Thursday.
Yes,
we'll be back next Thursday. And we appreciate you listening. As usual, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It means a lot to us.
Could have said it better myself, birthday boy. And you're not gonna turn up tonight. You're gonna stay chill, low key. You got stuff to do
I'm
tomorrow.
low key, man. About to watch this other play-in game, man,
Okay.
and see what's up, man. And yeah, we know we linking up next weekend, man. We're gonna celebrate it big, so can't wait.
Bruh, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. It's been too long, so we'll definitely get it in. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and toast something, toast a little something for your birthday while I'm watching this game, man. And then we'll see everybody next week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
All right, appreciate y'all. Have a good evening.
Peace.